I'm David Toman, author of NootropicsExpert.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to hack your mitochondria with nootropics. Mitochondria play a critical role in our quality of life and longevity. They are the source of life and death for neurons. In fact, the natural function of every brain cell is in jeopardy without healthy mitochondria. Mitochondria are tiny organelles in brain cells that act like batteries. They generate most of the ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, that your cells use for energy. The human brain has a higher concentration of these little cellular power plants than most other cells in your body. You have anywhere from 2 to several thousand mitochondria in each brain cell. They even have their own DNA. In fact, they are your body's master energy system, allowing you to hear, feel, and see. Mitochondria beat your heart, stimulate your sex drive, and allow you to think. Mitochondria power every function and organ in your body. So the importance of maintaining healthy mitochondria and growing new ones, or mitochondriogenesis, must be at the heart of planning any nootropic stack. When you increase the number of mitochondria, you have more energy to power through your day. Mitochondria are especially vulnerable because they don't have some of the systems that protect and repair DNA in the rest of your host cell. And it's easier than you would expect to hurt mitochondria. Mitochondria evolved from ancient bacteria. At some point, cells swallowed up these primitive bacteria, and over time, they've become your own cell's power plants. So logic tells us that any drug compound that targets bacteria will also have an impact on these tiny cellular power plants. Antibiotics are a classic example, or a classic enemy of mitochondria. And it's not just prescriptions that your doctor writes. In 2011 alone, 5.6 million kilograms of tetracycline were fed to livestock in the USA. You're exposed every day to these drugs that harm your brain cells' mitochondria. When your mitochondria begin to deplete or get weaker, you lose energy. Dysfunction of mitochondria has been implicated in things like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, epilepsy, stroke, cardiovascular disease, and chronic fatigue syndrome. With mitochondria playing such a pivotal role in our quality of life, finding ways to support them should be at the top of your list when you're putting together your nootropic stack. Now here are 12 natural ways to boost your mitochondria. Acetyl L-Carnitine. ALCAR is an amino acid that plays a pivotal role in making energy in your cells. ALCAR transports fatty acids into mitochondria where they're burned for fuel. ALCAR then does double duty by carrying toxic waste out before it can do damage. The problem is that carnitine levels drop as you age, or you don't get enough L-carnitine from the food you eat. Low ALCAR levels can happen at any age. Now, studies show that when your mitochondria slow down, supplementing with ALCAR can get them going again. ALCAR even helps reverse problems with mitochondria caused by age or everyday toxic damage. Recommended dosage of ALCAR for improved mood, elimination of fatigue, or memory problems is 500 to 1500 milligrams per day. Alpha-lipoic acid. R-lipoic acid, which is the natural form of alpha-lipoic acid, is a cofactor for mitochondrial enzymes involved in brain cell energy production. Cellular energy is behind every single action that happens in your body, including your brain. Cellular energy is required for muscle movement, producing new cells or neurogenesis, wound healing, and thinking. The mitochondria in each of your cells is the source of this energy. This ongoing energy production process is called the Krebs cycle. Alpha-lipoic acid is a cofactor to 2 key enzymatic reactions within the Krebs cycle. In the simplest terms, without alpha-lipoic acid, cellular energy is not possible. And without cellular energy, well, life is not possible. Recommended dosage of alpha-lipoic acid for improving memory, recall, focus, and concentration is anywhere from 50 milligrams to 600 milligrams per day. Coenzyme Q10. CoQ10 is in the mitochondria in your cells. This is where cellular energy occurs. It acts as an electron acceptor or donor in the chain of reactions that lead to cellular energy production. When oxidized CoQ10, or ubiquinone, accepts an electron from another molecule in the chain, it becomes ubiquinol. And when ubiquinol donates an electron, it becomes ubiquinone. This state of equilibrium is necessary in how your body benefits from CoQ10. CoQ10 is a nootropic nutrient and antioxidant. It's high-octane fuel used in every single cell in your body and to power everything it does. CoQ10 is essential for the normal function of all your vital organs, especially the energy-hungry organs like your brain and heart. The bottom line is CoQ10 helps fuel ATP for the mitochondria in your brain cells, boosting energy, cognition, memory, and recall. Recommended dosage of CoQ10 is 200 to 400 milligrams a day. Now you might find that the ubiquinol version of CoQ10 works better for you than ubiquinone, especially if you're older. L-Carnosine. Your brain uses L-Carnosine to repair tissue and clear away toxins, and increase the energy output of your mitochondria. It's known as the longevity molecule. But don't let that put you off if you're not concerned about anti-aging. Carnosine levels decrease with age, starting at age 10, and decrease by 63% by the time you reach 70. By taking L-Carnosine as a nootropic, you can revive mitochondria, and even rescuing brain cells if the mitochondria have stopped functioning. L-Carnosine prevents and reverses the damage done by advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. AGEs are created in your brain by sugars binding to amino acids and caused by a variety of things, including certain food and cooking techniques, affecting word recall, response time, and cognition. One study even found that autistic children supplementing with L-Carnosine for 8 weeks improved their behavior, sociability, communication, and vocabulary. Recommended dosage of L-Carnosine is 1,000 milligrams a day. Magnesium. Magnesium assists in converting energy supplied by food to a usable form to produce adenosine triphosphate. Now it's needed for the Krebs cycle that turns sugar and fat from your diet into ATP, the primary fuel source developed in your mitochondria. ATP must be bound to a magnesium ion in order to be biologically active. This is critically important to how your brain's mitochondria and cells use ATP, including in the synthesis of DNA and RNA. Without magnesium, your brain cannot produce ATP, and all your brain function breaks down. Magnesium is also critical for repairing and maintaining neuroplasticity required for your ability to learn and form memories. Magnesium ions control the ion channels and electrical switches for this signaling. And using magnesium as a nootropic has been proven to restore neuroplasticity and improve cognitive function. Neurohackers who add magnesium to their nootropic stack report increased levels of focus, energy, memory, and cognitive ability. Recommended dosage of magnesium is 1 gram. Now you have 1 gram per day. You have much better results by using something like magnesium L-threonate as a nootropic supplement because it can cross the blood-brain barrier. Methylene Blue. Methylene Blue has a 140-year track record for therapeutic use for everything from Alzheimer's to malaria to urinary tract infections. Recent research shows that methylene blue provides a profound effect when hacking your mitochondria. It donates electrons to the electron transport chain within mitochondria, the process that creates adenosine triphosphate in your mitochondria. Methylene blue works as an alternative electron carrier in the event that things break down, like a broken electron transport chain that's damaged by toxins or stress. Methylene blue is a powerful antioxidant because it stops the oxidative cascade at its very beginning, before it gets a chance to do any damage within mitochondria in your brain cells. And methylene blue is a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, raising levels of catecholamines in your brain and improving mood. It's a great antidepressant on its own. Neurohackers who use methylene blue report that it helps when studying, puts them in a better mood, workouts are better and easier, there's less social anxiety, and a better quality of sleep. Other neurohackers say that methylene blue helps them feel young again. Now, use only pharmaceutical-grade methylene blue as a nootropic. And remember, it has a hormetic dose response, meaning too low or too high a dose will not work. In fact, too high a dose can be toxic. The recommended nootropic dosage for methylene blue is 0.5 to 4 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. And please do not use methylene blue if you're on any type of antidepressant medication, or you'll put yourself in danger of serotonin syndrome. N-Acetyl L-Cysteine, or NAC. NAC is an amino acid and potent antioxidant. NAC helps make glutathione, your body's most powerful antioxidant. Glutathione is the main line of defense for mitochondria. It helps prevent and repair oxidative damage, which protect your mitochondria. N-Acetyl L-Cysteine reduces oxidative stress. Oxidative stress results in free radical damage in brain cells, and you experience oxidative stress every day, no matter what your age. A classic example is the aspartame in Diet Coke or other soft drinks, which causes inflammation and oxidative stress in your cerebral cortex. One study showed that NAC boosted brain-derived nootropic factor, or BDNF, levels. It blocked the COX-2 and PGE2 inflammatory cytokines and reduced the expression of interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor A inflammatory cytokines. And it replenished glutathione levels. NAC's suggested dosage for cognitive benefit is 600 milligrams 3 times per day. Clinical studies have found that doses up to 2,000 milligrams per day are safe and effective. NADH. NADH is the active coenzyme form of vitamin B3, or niacin. Every cell in your body contains NADH. NADH is the primary carrier of electrons in the transfer of food from your diet into energy. This energy is stored as adenosine triphosphate. ATP provides the fuel for mitochondria in each of your cells. Not enough NADH leads to ATP depletion, which can eventually lead to cell death. NADH is directly involved in the production of the critical neurotransmitters dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. So when you add NADH to your nootropic stack, cerebral electrical activity increases in areas of your brain used for attention, cognition, focus, memory, concentration, and decision-making. Neurohackers using NADH find that it relieves the symptoms of jet lag and the symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome. The recommended dosage of NADH is 10 milligrams a day. Resveratrol. Resveratrol is the polyphenol antioxidant found in the skin of grapes. Resveratrol's purpose is to protect the grape from microbial attacks, cold weather, and UV radiation. Resveratrol is gaining a reputation among neurohackers for controlling brain inflammation, boosting dopamine, and helping to reverse cognitive decline and fighting brain cell aging. Resveratrol as a nootropic inhibits PDE4, which boosts cAMP activity. It also helps tame brain inflammation, which boosts cerebral blood flow, increases BDNF, and it prevents oxidative damage to brain cells and mitochondria. Your safest bet when choosing a resveratrol supplement is an extract from grapes or red wine, which contain no impurities. And ideally, choose trans-resveratrol or micronized version of resveratrol. The dosage is 20 to 250 milligrams a day. Rhodiola Rosea. This adaptogen has a reputation in the nootropic community for energizing and its anti-fatigue qualities. Rhodiola activates the synthesis and resynthesis of adenosine triphosphate, your body and brain cells' main energy source. Studies show that rhodiola saves injured neurons, and it encourages the growth and development of brain cells, or neurogenesis. And rhodiola increases AMPK, which is an enzyme found inside of your cells. AMPK acts as your body's master regulating switch. When AMPK is switched on, it triggers the use of stored energy from fats. It removes fats and sugars from the blood, it boosts mitochondria function, it reduces inflammation, and it takes out the cellular garbage. And the kind of fatigue that you experience, regardless of source, Rhodiola Rosea is like your magic bullet. Mood, energy, stamina, and concentration can all increase with a dose of this herb. To ensure the supplement you choose works and contains pure Rhodiola Rosea, it needs to be standardized to contain 3% rosavins and 1% salidroside. This is the ratio found in the natural root. Recommended nootropic use of Rhodiola Rosea is 150 to 200 milligrams a day. PQQ. PQQ is an enzyme cofactor and the only known nutrient that's known to facilitate the growth of new mitochondria in brain cells. Without PQQ, mitochondria wear out and brain cells age faster. Adding PQQ to your nootropic stack should give your brain an energy boost, because your brain cells have a higher concentration of mitochondria than most other cells in your body. PQQ goes well with CoQ10 because CoQ10 helps you make the fuel you burn that you make inside of your mitochondria. So you're increasing the amount of energy you produce with CoQ10, and PQQ increases the number of engines you have to burn the fuel. Recommended daily dosage of CoQ10 is 10 to 20 milligrams per day. Any supplement which contains naturally produced bio-PQQ is preferred. SAMe. SAMe is the naturally occurring amino acid methionine bound to an ATP molecule and is found in the mitochondria of nearly every cell in your body. SAMe is made from methionine and ATP during a cycle that recycles the amino acid homocysteine. This cycle requires vitamin B6 and B12 and folate to work properly. SAMe is involved in the synthesis and breakdown of neurotransmitters acetylcholine, dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and melatonin in your brain. SAMe also helps produce the powerful antioxidant glutathione through a process called transsulfuration. And SAMe maintains cell membranes and plays a role in a healthy immune system. Now, if that's not enough, SAMe is a methyl donor for the enzyme that methylates your DNA. When SAMe levels aren't high enough, a stressful event will result in DNA methylation. Instead, a stressful event enhances DNA methylation of your immediate early genes, which suppresses their expression and allows you to adapt in a healthy way to the stressful situation, which makes SAMe a powerful antidepressant. Now, recommended dosage of SAMe for nootropic benefit is 400 milligrams per day. But one big word of caution. SAMe needs vitamin B6, B12, and folate to work, or SAMe will elevate your homocysteine levels, and high homocysteine can cause heart attacks. Nearly every one of these nootropics are included in my personal nootropic stack. I find that together they provide the energy I need for a long workday, with the added benefit of quicker thinking. The neurons and neurotransmitters you're targeting with nootropics will not work without healthy mitochondria fueling your brain cells. Complete your nootropic stack with at least some of these nootropics for a better quality of life. And Performance Lab Energy contains 4 of the mitochondria boosting nootropics detailed in this video. You can get effective dosages of acetyl L-Carnitine or ALCAR, lipoic acid, CoQ10, and PQQ in 2 vegan-friendly NutriCap capsules, and they include a bioperine, which helps boost absorption even more. Now, after a couple of years of personally testing this stack, I can vouch for its authenticity. This stack helps increase energy levels and when used daily, and I can work all day long without getting fatigued. And even better, there's no crash late in the day like you get from using stimulant-based energy drinks. So that's my recommendations for the best nootropics for supporting your mitochondria. Click on the link below this video for a full transcript of this video. The original transcript has links through to each nootropic supplement I talked about in this video. You'll also find reviews for all of the well-known nootropics used today on Nootropics Expert, as well as dozens of articles on dealing with various cognitive problems. If you have any questions or you want to share your experience with using nootropic supplements to support your mitochondria, please use the comment section below this video or at the bottom of the post over on Nootropics Expert. I respond to comments and questions at Nootropics Expert usually the same day. And if you haven't already, download your free copy of Secrets of the Optimized Brain. It's got details on 92 of the most popular nootropics in use today. And while you're here, consider getting a copy of my book, Head First, The Complete Guide to Healing and Optimizing Your Brain with Nootropic Supplements. It's nearly 500 pages, and you can use it as a user's manual for your brain. And I also offer personal consultations if you think you could use some one-on-one help. Links to my schedule are below this video. If you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you leave. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.